Hello guys, welcome back to today's video. So for today's video, I'm doing that look I just shown you. And we're just going to jump right into it. All products are going to be linked down below. So to begin, I am putting concealer in the darker areas of my face, covering up most of my darker spots and redness, and then blending that out. And then after all this is blended out, I'm going to go right on top with my foundation because I want my foundation to give me even more coverage. Foundation is my absolute favorite. I love it. And we're going to blend all that out with the beauty sponge. Nothing special, same old, little parents from my sister. Now I'm using the Juvia's Place Concealer. This is the I Am Magic Concealer. I believe it's their only one they have. I used the shade 16, and this is a really good shade to help highlight. And again, I'm only using a small amount in the parts of my face that I would like to highlight and brighten. We're going to move on to set everything. So we're going to set everything with the Blur and Pore Refining Powder from Hard Candy. This is my favorite powder right now for setting my skin. It's a really nice powder, just gives me a nice flat finish and doesn't add too much color or white cast to my skin. So that's why I really like this one. I don't powder every area of my face. I don't bake every area of my face, even though I don't really bake. I like to put the powder just in the oily points and under my eyes and then use a brush to blend it out. Right now I'm bronzing, and this is with the Morphe 39A Dare to Create palette. It's the same old usual palette I always use, and just making sure I use this bronzer also to sculpt my skin at the same time. I'm finally using blush. So this is the Tarte Amazonian Clay Blush in Feisty. And I usually don't use blush, but I really felt like I wanted those nice rosy cheeks today. So I felt it would go really well with this look and add a little more depth to my face. Now I'm just setting everything. This is a technique I love to do to make sure I melt all my powders together. So I just spray my face with a setting spray, and then I use my beauty blender to push everything together to make sure there's no extra powder just sitting on top of the skin to make you look extra dry. For my brows, I'm doing the same old stuff. I've been brushing my brows up a little bit more this time instead of brushing them within the shape of my actual brow. So it's giving me more of that feathered look, and I've really been enjoying doing that. The front of this brow, I don't know what happened to it, but I didn't extend it right. So this is the odd looking brow today. It's the odd cousin, if you know what I mean. Let's conceal up that brow underneath, just to sharpen up what we already done. And this is also going to use as like kind of like my highlighter for my eyeshadow look, because I'm not going to apply anything to my brow bone. It's only going to be this concealer and the actually three to four shadows I put onto my lid. So I'm using the Urban Decay Naked Reloaded palette. It's a palette I actually got from Christmas from my boyfriend, so like good job to him. I'm putting the warm brown shade into my crease just to add a little bit of depth. If you don't want to use a shadow like this, you can also use your bronzer. That's a great way to add just warmth in your crease without having to go with a certain eyeshadow. I'm using this more of a rose gold shimmer shade on my lid, and this is going to be the only shade we're actually putting on the lid. And the shade I had to build up a couple times just to get enough like shimmer and shine that I actually really wanted. But overall, it's a gorgeous shade. Using Endgame, which is the dark brown shade, and just using this to create a eyeshadow mock liners thing. So just using it where you would put normally like a winged eyeliner, but I'm just using eyeshadow and it's just creating a softer look. We're just going to move on to using the warm brown shade and the more ashy brown. It's right next to it, just to add a little bit of depth under my waterline, and using whatever is left on my brush to deepen it up. and then highlighting the inner corner. This eye look is so simple, so easy to do, anyone can do it. So I just applied my lashes and a little bit of eyeliner to my waterline, and that's just to add a little more depth, and I believe it makes these contacts pop out. Highlighting my skin with something that a shade I haven't used that often in this palette, because I usually love my Radiance. If you can hear my dog, she's just barking in the background at nothing. And this is the mauve lip liner, more mauvey nude lip liner, just using it to line my lips. And then I go in with a brown liner just on the very edges and diffuse it with my finger. I go right on top with the Hard Candy Lip Plumping Volumizing Lip Gloss. I absolutely love this lip gloss. I love the shade of it. It's good with or without lip liner below it. And then that's the finished look. Can you guess what I'm singing? I was on like a soundtrack kick today, so yeah, it was fun. I love listening to music and just doing my makeup. It's so therapeutic. Thank you so much for watching. See you in the next one.